Well, no, because I've asked you if it is a person. If it is a person, right? Because I asked you that
I
before.
think they're a person when they're born.
Okay, finally.
So they could
Finally,
be.
you told me. Okay, why does
But I was
birth
saying
make you
that
a
when,
person? Why does birth make you a person?
Because you're brought into this world. You're brought into consciousness. You're not. You're not in a sack of water.
Before birth.
I don't know. What is consciousness?
Consciousness would be subjective experience. So consciousness in a fetus is about between the 24 to the 30-week mark is when fetuses gain sentience, or what you would say consciousness, subjective experience. So
right. So I believe that at 24 weeks, a woman can come in and say, I don't want this pregnancy anymore. And she can give the rights of the baby's body over to the hospital, and they can go, cool, she doesn't want the baby. Before that, she can have an abortion. And
Okay, I think I got it. So you're saying that what makes a person is consciousness, and that abortion should be illegal after that.
That's what you said.
No, I'm asking you. I'm asking you if that's what you said.
Makes a person a person.
Yes, because you said earlier, right? Remember when I asked you earlier, I asked you if we can establish a reasonable beginning for personhood, should abortion be illegal after that? And you said yes. That's why I'm trying to establish when personhood is for you. So
well, you gave me two choices, yes or no, and there is sometimes answers that don't fit within the yes or no. What was your question? When is a person a person? I mean, when you're talking in the realm of pregnancy and a woman getting pregnant because she had sex for desire,
that has nothing to do with what makes the person a person.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. It has nothing to do with it, but it does have something to do with making abortion legal. It has something to do with it.
I'm just asking you, Maureen, I'm just asking you what makes a person deserving of moral consideration of life. That's what I'm asking you. Maureen, I'm sorry. Yeah, you froze out there for a second. But what I'm asking you is what makes a person, and when I say person, I mean a human life that is deserving of moral consideration when it comes to life. So are you saying that it's 24 weeks when babies can have consciousness?
When they're able to look up, when they're able to be separated and taken care of by someone else, because the person that they accidentally found themselves inside and alive because it was an accident, then they can look after themselves. If she got herself to 24 weeks, then that can happen. Before that, they're not a person. They can be aborted, and the woman gets to have her life.
Can a newborn take care of himself? A newborn for 9 months. Can a newborn take care of itself?
Someone else other than the mother can take care of them.
But you just said
that's not what you said. Internal body.
That's not what you said. You said that they have to be able to take care of themselves.
Well, I meant a doctor taking care of them other than the mother. Other than being inside a mother's body where they can't survive to a point, which is 24 weeks, that they can be taken out and put in a community crib and
24 weeks.
Given
24
a line.
Weeks doesn't mean that that's when they're going to survive. 24 weeks isn't when they're going to survive. Birth is when they are going to survive. You're just saying at 24 weeks they have 50% chance of surviving. That doesn't equate to survival.
Well, if we want to pinpoint, morality, I think it becomes immoral if I'm going to think about morality and ethics. That if you have an abortion when the baby can be taken out and given life.
Yes, that's birth. That's birth. Immoral. That is birth. So then, so then it should be birth?
Yeah.
But okay. So then you believe, okay. So
this is a medical intervention. That's not natural birth.
That's when survival rate. Okay, that's when survival rate is over 90%. Is when you're talking about 9 months when we're talking about birth or C-section or whatever, right? So, okay.
Yeah.
I mean, it should be their best chance. It should be their best chance of survival, right?
Well, see, that's what happens if pro-choice give up that argument. That's what happens.
I'm going based on what you're saying. What are you talking about?
I'm talking about when a baby can survive when a baby can survive outside the womb. And very soon we're going to have technology
Sure.
where if a woman doesn't want the abortion, she can have it taken out of her and put into an amniotic sac and brought.
Yeah,
So she doesn't have to have an abortion.
We're not there. We're not there now. I think that that's a great
Well,
idea.
this is where we are.
No, I agree. I'm agreeing with you. I think that is a great idea when we have artificial.
Do you think we need abortion? Do you think we need abortion?
It has nothing to do with need. It has to do with if it should be legal or illegal. Are you killing an innocent person or not killing an innocent person?
Is that the debate is that the only debate we're allowed? Is that the only debate that we're meant to be having now? Whether it should be illegal or legal?
Yes, and it should be illegal because she is killing an innocent person. Yes, absolutely.
But if we need abortion, then it should be legal.
Why would you need abortion?
Do you think we need abortion? Huh?
Why do you?
Don't need abortion?
I think that here in the United States, anyway, I think that less than 1% of abortion cases, they can have an abortion. When it comes to things like rape or medical emergency, then absolutely. I think that I want to be clear when I say abortion.
Then that baby's life doesn't matter. That baby's life doesn't matter if the girl was raped, huh?
It does matter. Absolutely, it matters.
So why is she allowed to have an abortion if she's being raped?
Sure, fair question. So remember what my argument is, right? My argument is that if you force another person to be in a state of dependency through your voluntary actions, then you cannot remove that dependency knowing that they would die. If she was raped, then it is not, she did not act of her own voluntary actions. That was taken away from her, right? The same way that if I could say, like, if somebody stole my DNA, if somebody like in the night stole my DNA, hijacked my
analogies.
DNA. Yes,
analogies.
Sorry. Okay, so yeah,
I guess kind of
so yes,
analogies.
That's my review. So
dealing with DNA. I mean, we're not talking about DNA. We're talking about a baby in and whether they we're talking about abortion. We're talking about pregnancy. So if she's raped, she's not forcing the baby into her body. Then is she allowed to have an abortion?
That's what I just said, yes.
And is it moral then? Is it moral?
Whether it's moral or immoral would be irrelevant. It should just not be illegal.
Well, so I guess what I'm talking and that women are often left pregnant, and you're saying that it's being forced in through the act of sex. So why?
Yes, they force that life into being.
Less moral? Why is that less moral? Why is that a forced, voluntary? Like I'm an older woman. Someone asked me, a pro-life man asked me, would you act differently? Would you have had the abortion that you had now? And that's a great question because now I am fully, people are saying that I'm a shit debater. Yeah, good on you, get fucked. It's not about being a good debater and, whatever. I am 46. I've had lots of experiences. I've had children. I love my children. I had an abortion and then I had a child and she's 23. She wouldn't have existed. So to me, it's like chance and kind of, I'm not upset about the abortion. I don't feel guilty. I was in a certain place at that time. I was 21 and my boyfriend, who I had no boundaries with, took me onto the tram and we got an abortion because he wanted me to. So that was that abortion.
Maureen.
Out of all the millions of abortions, they all have their own story.
Okay. I think that a lot of these things are going completely.
So you're talking about the rape argument. I mean, that's... Sorry? The rape argument, it's sort of close. Sorry? I'll stop interrupting, sorry.
We keep going away from the point of this debate. I've tried a bunch of times to kind of reel it back in. I don't think that we're just connecting like the way that we need to connect. So at this point, I would say that
you want it to go. I'm talking about the forced idea, that word forced. Okay, and you're saying that with rape that it shouldn't be illegal. I'm saying that there's a similar vein where women are getting pregnant and they don't want to be, and they're not doing it. They're not doing it deliberately.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
Doing it,
no,
they're not
acting.
Forcing a child into what?
Hold on. Okay, so you're saying that they didn't. So you're saying through their own voluntary actions, they did not force a life into being. Is that what you're saying?
They did not force. They don't know what's happening. They're just having sex. They don't know what's happening. And then in hindsight, oh, I'm pregnant. Have you?
It doesn't matter.
Felt that fucking horror when you realize you're pregnant?
That doesn't matter.
I mean, you might have got someone pregnant. I don't know, but it is horror, and that's me. That's my body. That's me as a person, and I'm pregnant.
I don't care.
I don't see a floating person inside myself. That's me and my body, and it's the difference between me giving up my life to be a mother. You know, that's what animals do. Are we animals?
You shouldn't have had
you're
sex.
Saying that we've got to go back to being animals, where women
you shouldn't have had sex. That's it. You should not have had sex. It is what it is.
That's what I want. That's what I think. I know your answer is. She shouldn't have had sex, and you don't know. Your brain or your experiences, your knowledge. I mean, talk to women. She shouldn't have had sex.
I don't
really?
care if she voluntarily. Look, this is.
You don't care. You don't care.
What I can.
You don't care.
If she consciously and voluntarily acted in a way, right? If she consciously and voluntarily had sex, I don't care why she had sex. Only that she consciously and voluntarily.
Well, I care why she had sex.
If she did that, then she cannot go ahead and kill that person at all. She cannot evict that person. She cannot kill that person.
That's where the argument. That's where the argument is. That's where our argument is.
Okay, so explain to me why. If you force a person to be in a state of dependency on you, tell me why you can then, or why you should legally be allowed to remove that dependency if it results in their death. Can you articulate that?
Well, these things are difficult to articulate, but I guess it is all the things I've been trying to say, that sex leads to pregnancy. Sex is this different domain that culture, different reasons, it happens. Sex happens, and you can talk about young people. Their brains aren't developed. They don't know why they're doing it. They see it on TV. It feels, curiosity about what sex is like. I don't know why they're not thinking about, I could get pregnant. A lot of the times, a boy, has a condom or whatever. They have good intentions. Other times, guys are just selfish and they don't care. They don't want to use a condom. They want to fuck that girl, and the girl is damaged, or she's low self-esteem, uneducated, mentally incapacitated in some way, all different ways.
Maureen, that didn't answer my question.
Pregnancy.
That didn't answer my question.
When you're saying she shouldn't have had sex.
No, that didn't answer the question I just asked you. I just asked you a question.
What?
I asked you to, if you can articulate it to me, if a woman consciously and voluntarily, right, acts in a way that forces another life into being and to be physically dependent on her, why she should be legally permitted to remove that dependency if it would result in their death.
Well, she's not thinking about all that stuff when she's having sex and getting pregnant. She's not, maybe,
okay.
There's all different layers of consciously. So what did you say? Consciously? Okay. Consciously and willingly? What were the words that you used?
Okay, so hold on.
Forced.
So hold on. If you're playing soccer...
You've got this sort of trope in every argument that you make.
Let me ask you a question.
And this is where my...
If you're playing soccer in a neighborhood and you kick a ball through someone's window and it breaks their window, should you not be morally obligated for those consequences, or yeah?
I have to wrap my head around a different story instead of talking about this.
I consented to playing soccer. I did not consent to...
No, this is sex.
I did not consent
this
to
is
any
sex,
other...
not soccer. Sex, not
meant
soccer.
To test your logical
sex. Have you had sex? I don't want to. You don't have to answer. Have you had relationships where you have you seen your friends?
Oh my goodness.
It's not soccer. It's not soccer.
Maureen, I'm just asking you if people should be morally obligated to accept the consequences of their actions. That's all I'm asking you.
of their actions. This is a
Yes.
specific action.
Yes. Should people be
This is a
morally
specific
obligated
action.
to accept the consequences of their actions? That's why I'm asking you. That's why I analogize
Should
that
people,
to soccer.
like one answer, and you're talking about billions of actions.
It's just a question. Should people be morally obligated
Sometimes
to accept
yes,
the consequences
sometimes
of their
no.
actions?
A lot of times yes, a lot of times no. You know, this
If
is
you
about
consciously
sex
and voluntarily, okay,
men and women.
should people? I'm gonna make this really specific. Should people have do people have an obligation to accept the consequences of their actions if they consciously and voluntarily act on them?
Consciously and voluntarily, when they know the consequences. I think you only know the
Okay,
consequences once
I
they've
didn't
happened.
know the Okay, so I didn't know the consequences when I kicked a ball through someone's window. So I shouldn't be liable for those consequences, right?
Yeah, it's an accident. That's an accident.
Okay. So then, let's say another thing. Let's say that I'm at a local park shooting targets at a BB gun. Let's say that I'm in a local park and I'm shooting targets at a BB gun, and I accidentally shoot a passerby in the eye, and they go blind. Am I obligated for those consequences?
What was it again?
I'm in a park, so I'm in a local park, and I'm just shooting paper targets with a BB gun in a park. All right, and then I accidentally shoot a passerby in the eye, and they go blind. Should I be obligated to those consequences? To accept those consequences?
They don't know they're going to do that. They don't know they're going to hurt anyone. They could have been in the park for days before and nothing happened.
Okay, so I shouldn't be obligated, right, to accept those consequences of whatever happened to them, right? I think you froze again. Maureen, yeah. So I just want to reiterate your conclusion. You're saying that I shouldn't be morally obligated to accept the consequences of those actions because I didn't mean to shoot them in the eye, right?
Well, how can you know? Maybe they did. How can you? You don't know what's in someone's mind.
Well, no, I'm telling you that I had no intention. I told you I accidentally did it.
Yeah, accident.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay. So then let's say, well, what if it was a real gun? What if it was a real gun and then that person died? Should I not? I still shouldn't be have to accept the consequences of those actions.
There'd be laws, and I guess you go to court and then you go to prison. But if it seems like an accident, then
yeah. But I'm asking, should I have to face these consequences?
Not if it's an accident.
Yeah, that's wild. So okay.
Why?
Yeah,
Why?
Then I would just say. Yeah, I would just say that we have two. I would just say that we have two completely different moralities, 1,000%.
Why is it wild? Why? You know, you don't answer. You don't kind of.
So yeah, because I believe that you should have to accept the consequences of your actions if you consciously and voluntarily act on them.
So you believe that every woman is consciously and voluntarily, I'm going to write that down, consciously and voluntarily having sex and knowing that she's going to force.
Doesn't matter if she knows or not.
Well, doesn't matter what?
It doesn't matter if she knows that she's going to force a life into being or not. The only thing that matters is that she did.
Well, this probably is what the divide is between pro-life and pro-choice, and it's good to bring it up, you know, because it's a very. I mean, I am usually very calm. I mean, because I orchestrate my own groups, but the people in them get upset, and I don't really, you know, they're between men and women. So I've had men ranting about women and how women are fucked. Women are just like, all men are this, all men are this. And to me, I'm in the middle kind of going, well, they're both right, because I guess it's more of something to understand than abortion. Abortion's quite difficult to understand, and I would like to see an end to it. But